Just off Lakeshore Drive, nestled next to Lake Michigan, that's where you find historic Soldier Field in the great city of Chicago, Illinois. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll run with a third-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Check. Lock in. Hey, zoom. Watch twins. Ran.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it's going to be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Check 59, Mike.
On first down, Trubisky. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
The catch, deservedly so, is going to get a lot of credit, but even more so because there's a defender there ready to make a play.
Yeah, just flat out muscled on that one. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
On the ground with a rookie from Iowa State, David Montgomery. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, wahoo!
Now Trubisky. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Trubisky gives to Cohen. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
All day, every day, any day. 40. Hey, Charlie. Watch the twist.
Looking to throw Trubisky on first down. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Sheldon Rankins able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Joker, 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 joker.
Hey, check Mike 47. Check Mike 47.
Blue, blue.
Here we go.
Now it's Trubisky. This one caught by Ridley. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. A stop there on third. They could have held them to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on first and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I go right at them with another momentum play. I go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on third down.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Here's a handoff to Cohen running right. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal. Well, they've gotten it to the 4 on this opening drive, but now they face a third and goal. On third down, a run with Cohen. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Tariq Cohen, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So first and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go, defense. Let's get off the field, defense.
Throwing now is Breeze. And he will find his man on the outside. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
It's a gain of 5.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Opposite.
Now Breeze. He's got the first down and more past midfield. This is complete to Michael Thomas. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
Ready. Yellow lady.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Roquan Smith, fresh off a solid rookie campaign, in on the tackle for Chicago.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
On second down, Kamara. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
To throw is Breeze. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent...
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Bears are able to show off their quick strike ability. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Breeze now. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. A big play. Breeze finding Thomas. 43 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Breeze now to throw. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 13-yard line.
Come on, one thing for sure, you know that Michael Thomas is going to be the target on a 3rd down pass, and Drew Brees finds him and keeps this drive moving.
A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now Breeze. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back.
Ready.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. That is caught. Traquan Smith. Touchdown, Saints. Traquan Smith, his fourth touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting
a fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Kill.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. Thomas has got it, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress as well. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their third one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decide to make it a priority, and it's working out.
The 10-yard completion, but still now facing 3rd and goal.
The Saints spent a third-round pick on Traquan Smith out of UCF in 2018, and what a thrilling season for him. He was the guy that caught the pass from Drew Brees that moved him past Peyton Manning to become the all-time leading passer in NFL history.
Ready, yellow lady, 53.
Watch tight, tight ends right. Watch tight, tight ends right. Hey. 4 down.
Hey, exit. Hey, Mike 51.
Breeze now on 3rd and goal. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The kick by Lutz is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Trubisky. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Sit down. 180. Hey, ball.
Now Trubisky on first down. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Cordero Patterson, the one he was hoping to get it to. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Right here.
They run. This is Cohen. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. He wants it all for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Brett Maher is set to kick off.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Now, a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The Pro Bowler Michael Thomas was the intended receiver, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 45-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Hey, orbit.
Here's Trubisky to throw. Completes it to Miller. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day.
Hey, foxtrot.
47, Mike, 47.
Now Trubisky to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Opposite. Check out.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Breeze. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
1st down, Saints.
Ready. 95-56. 95-56.
Breeze on the draw, gives to Kamara. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Maurice Alexander making the stop defensively. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Kamara. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at about the Bears' 39.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd.
Check. Let's break it down, fellas. Break it down.
Here's Breeze. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what do we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be... Alert. Hey, Echo.
They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. This is caught by Robinson. Give him 32 on the play.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Alert. Smooth. 47's the mic, boy. 47.
Throwing here, Trubisky.
I'm going back to you.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, but it'll be 2nd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. This is Cohen. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
set.
180.
Someone got man. Switch.
Under crunch. Blue. Check. Crunch.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Now Brett Maher for the field goal try. This one from 35 yards away. Maher able to put this one through. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Running with Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
21. Under.
On 2nd and 11 now. Breeze. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it's 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, it's Breeze. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Let's take it inside his own 40. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 27. Trubisky will throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Hey, Delta. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
Off the play fake. Here's Trubisky. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Demetrius Harris, the intended target. But now it'll be 3rd down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run for it with Montgomery. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They come out here in the I. From back at the 4, here's second and goal. Now Cohen. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Taking it in from 4 yards out as the Bears push further out in front. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football.
Yeah,
what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, and he's got him in the lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Go!
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Drew Brees, 6 fourth-quarter comebacks a season ago, and that led the NFL. He'll try to nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Third and long now after the sack of Brees, and the Saints up against it here. Brees going to throw. And that is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Here's Brees to throw. Looking long for Thomas. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Looking to throw, Trubisky on 1st down. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson His 4th touchdown on the year as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Saints 10. Brett Maher is set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Breeze. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Ready? 5-9.
That's what I do.
Throwing now is Breeze. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Breeze here finding Kamara. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
To throw, it's Breeze. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll go for it. It's Breeze. And the pressure gets to him again. Eddie Goldman with a sack. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Go! 180! I got him! Lock in, lock in. Go!
Oh, Trubisky going to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now Trubisky, open man, there is Patterson, complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Saints 10. Brett Maher is set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Here's Kamara off the draw. And, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Throwing on second down. Breeze out of the backfield. That's complete to Kamara. Call it a gain of 5. And that'll lead here to a third down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Now Breeze. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The Saints on 4th down last year, 13 of 16, second best in the league, and they'll try it here. Now Breeze. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 35. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. We you know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better.